Hey guys. So today I'm going to be telling you guys about the story of when I went to the dentist on an emergency. Well, maybe not really an emergency, but guys, this was like really scary. Like this was intense. Like I could have died, guys. Like my mouth was bleeding. It was intense. So I currently have braces, and if you have braces, basically every time you get them tightened, they like take the wire and they pretty much like they take that out and they put like a new one in. And the thing is, sometimes like the wire jabs in the back of your mouth, and it's like super painful. And so after they like trim the wire shorter, they usually ask you, like, does it hurt, or is it okay? And for the most part, I touched the back of my tongue, with the wire, and it felt fine. And so, I was like, yeah, this is gonna be fine and stuff. However, later that night, it started to hurt again. So I told my mom, like, it was too late for the orthodontist to be open still. So I told my mom, like, hey, tomorrow, let's call, let's call them and have them trim it shorter, because they had done that in the past. The only problem was the day that I wanted to get it trimmed was Christmas Eve. So, like, that was a problem because I didn't know if they were open or not, and so that would really suck if I had to wait like a day, even a day, guys. Like that would be painful. So my mom called them, and an answering machine picked up saying, we are closed for the next 7 days, like for a Christmas break week thing. And that is when I like flipped out. Do you guys know how much that would hurt, having like 7 days of like a metal wire like jabbing at the back of your mouth and making it like bleed, literally? That would suck. So after hearing that the orthodontist was going to be closed for like the next week, my mom thought of the idea to call the dentist. Now keep in mind that the next day is still Christmas Eve, so we still don't know if the dentist can do it. And if the dentist couldn't have done it, I would have panicked so much. Like, I would have just like screamed, like it would have been so bad. I would have just been so mad and upset. It would have been terrible. So my mom ended up calling the dentist, and they said they could take me in. Thankfully they were open the next like Christmas Eve. I'm so glad that they were open. Like, they are my savior. I never thought I would like thank the dentist for anything like that was like way off of my bucket list, and it actually happened. But the thing was, they said over the phone, we don't have the clipper tool to like trim the wire. So they didn't know what they were gonna do. Like, they said, we just don't want him to be in this pain over Christmas with all like the food and everything. When I would chew, it would like rip my gum line. It was like Saw 8, or like however many of those movies they make. It was like raw and like bloody, and there was like skin, and it was disgusting. Like, it was like really painful to like talk and chew, and like thankfully it's better now. But they had no idea what they were doing. They're like, oh yeah, we'll figure something out. So that was like, I was kind of worried about going to the dentist because they had no idea what they're gonna do. Now keep in mind, the dentist had no idea what they were doing. Like, I would not have believed that they were dentists if I had like just seen them if I didn't know I was in a dentist office. They had no idea what they were doing. Like, no idea. Like, I'm not even exaggerating, guys. Like, they looked at like this like bracket thing, and they're like, well, I don't really know what this does. I'm guessing something to attach equipment. I don't really want to mess with that. Like, I knew more about my teeth and my braces than the frickin' dentist did. Like, when does that happen? No, that shouldn't happen. You should never know more about your teeth than your dentist should. Like, that's just weird. So they came to the conclusion that the wire wasn't like super long and it was jabbing me, but it was like needle sharp. And they used that word, needle sharp. And they like gave me a mirror, and they like let me like see it, and it was disgusting. It was like really like if my mouth was a movie right there, it'd be like rated XXX for like just blood and gore, which has never like ever happened. So they ended up taking like this little like, it looked like a saw, like not like a chainsaw. No, they didn't put a chainsaw in my mouth, but it was like a little drill, and they were gonna try and sand the wire down, but they didn't know if that would do anything. So they're putting like a saw in my mouth, and I was kind of paranoid about that. And another thing is that like as they would like shave down the wire, this is like a metal wire, so they're like shaving off metal bits, so there's gonna be like bits of metal in my mouth. So in order to like prevent this, they had like another person with like one of those like sucky straw things that like when they like spray water in your mouth, like sucking all like the bits of metal out of my mouth, which was really creepy because I'm pretty sure I could taste metal after that. So I mean, after that it was fine and everything and it didn't hurt anymore, but like just like the thought, like the dentist had no idea what they were doing, like what this could have turned into, like how much pain I could have been in. And the night before, my dad tried literally taking pliers, like rusty pliers that he found in the garage, to try and like bend the wire. And it was like I could have gotten like tetanus or something. It was creepy. I could have died, guys. I could have died.